Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7, Minagoroshi. So, in today's episode, I think today is the day, right? This is gonna be the third time that Keiichi and his friends go to the child consultation office. And yeah, they got a lot of people with them. But this time, the one who's gonna meet with, I guess, the head of that place is gonna be Keiichi, Rika, and Irie, right? So are they gonna succeed? We're gonna have to find out. So let's go. Let's start it. I never thought I'd be chosen as one of the representatives. I'm not a very good speaker, so really Rena or Shion should have been picked instead of me. But I just couldn't refuse when they told me that Satoko's best friend should be the one to go. They told us to sit on the couch inside the visitor's room. The counselor, the manager, and the head of the office were there. The way they treated us was improving every time we came. I mean, this is getting very serious, that's why. I didn't know if today's appeal would change anything, but I was starting to feel the direction of the fate shift little by little.
どうですか、リカ。
Hanyu.
わずか数日でとんでもない展開になってる。
True though, yeah. Like a couple days back, Rika lost all hope, right? But now it's back again. Like, oh, we can win, right? We can win. Hopefully. If not, and then it's gonna have to go back to the Sonozaki family again.
さすがの私にももうどうなるやら見当もつかないわ。
Hanyu appeared beside me. Also, we are with Rika's POV now. It had been a while since she showed up. That's why I said earlier, Satoko's best friend should be the ones to come here. So it was Rika. Okay. Hanyu was assuming that we still wouldn't be able to save Satoko in this world either. She always felt it was best to just watch what happened without hoping for a positive change. I'd been so hurt so many times after being betrayed while hoping for a change. Surely that wasn't good for my soul. I've been beaten down over and over again. It's better to be quiet and do nothing. It's better not to expect change. That way, if something bad happens, I won't feel the pain. My fate was already a dead end. But was that really true? I did my best in many of my previous lives. However, I had always acted alone. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their efforts. I was starting to feel the depth of what that meant. But even so, that didn't guarantee that we could save Satoko. This was the best chance I'd had so far, certainly, but that still didn't prove anything. I couldn't call it a miracle just yet. A miracle is something far more dramatic. So this wasn't a miracle. It wasn't a miracle just yet. Yes, because we haven't won yet. There was still someone else who needed to reach out for this to become a miracle. Everyone has been working so hard. They truly believe they can bring out a miracle. Who amongst them doesn't believe? Isn't there someone who's not reaching out her hand like everyone else is doing?
冷たく言えば、奇跡を起こせない日は聡子にある。そもそも、さっきから圭一や入江が向こうとやり合っている最大の争点は、聡子が虐待を認めたかどうか。そうなのですが、それは簡単ではないのです。聡子を救おうとみんなが手を伸ばしているのに、聡子がその手をつかもうとせず、沼にどんどん沈んでいく。そうやって考えると、相談所に訴える前に一番訴えるべきは聡子じゃないかって思う。 里子に手を伸ばすよう説得するのですか？うん。それはとても簡単なことではないけれど、サイコロの目が再び6揃いになる奇跡を待つ苦労に比べたら、
True,
大した苦労じゃない。
this is the best world she had been so far, right? Like, it was perfect in the beginning and then it didn't become perfect because it went back, right? Something bad happened. But I guess compared to the other worlds, this is still the best one, right? In any case, I'm the only one with the key to open her heart, I mean. I am like family to Satoko. I know she thinks the same. I'm not trying to brag or anything. Satoko is like family to me as well. No, my feelings toward her are even deeper than that. Okay. It might be only 1 year for Satoko, but I spent decades with her.
そしてさらに考えれば奇跡が起こらないのは至極当然だった。どうしてなのですか？奇跡を起こすにはみんなの力を合わせなければならない。みんなが合わせてないんだもの。一人足りなかった。
What? One person is still not working with everyone. Who?
奇跡が起こらないのは当然。
Is she talking about Akasaka? Like that he's the only one, right? Like everyone here is here, from Mion, Yatsukichi, Rena, Shion, basically everyone. Who else? Someone is still missing. One person is still not working with everyone.
Satoko ですか？
Oh, is Satoko?
違うわ。
Okay, no?
私よ、私。
Oh, she's talking about herself. I mean, you could say that, right? Because she had given up hope, right? And she, like Rika was pretty much an observer, right? But she was giving like subtle hints to Keiichi in the beginning, right? And then when Satoko got taken by the uncle, she actually did something, but yeah, it failed, right? With Takano. Like Takano sent her Yama Inu, her mountain dogs there, right? But she couldn't do anything, right? But yeah, Rika was doing something though. What do you mean she hasn't done anything? Or she isn't working with everyone? I had just been observing like a spectator. I guess maybe her much more, or the frequent one, right? Not a frequent, but the recent one. Yeah, this recent problem. Yeah, Rika wasn't really doing anything because she had given up hope. So she was just watching them, like waiting for maybe something to happen, or if not, fate will just be the same, right? I'd been tired of this eternally repeating world and acted like a witch. I had forgotten the powerful feelings needed to change fate. In other words, it was like I was supposed to be an actress but was just sitting back and eating popcorn. I am not a spectator. I am one of those people on the stage. And that's why this play was never successful. In the world where Anna took over the school, if I hadn't done anything, Keiichi would have died in the explosion. Yeah. Because I got on stage like I was supposed to, the play didn't end that way. I am part of this world. It's such an obvious thing, but I must have forgotten it a long time ago. Because for her, yeah, she's lived 100 lifetimes, right? And sometimes, I mean, you cannot really blame Rika. Like if she sees something that, oh, some bad thing is gonna happen again, I'll just wait for it. Because yeah, she's probably thinking it's inevitable, right?
私が 聡子の心を解かなくてはならない。サトシの呪縛から聡子を解き放たなくてはならない。もちろん私以外にもそれはできるだろうけれど、きっと私が一番できる立場にいる。いや、そうでなかったとしても、私もまた舞台に上がらなくては奇跡は起きないってこと。
リカ、あなたは何度もそのような決意をして、それを打ち砕かれて悲しんできましたです。それでもなおなのですか？
分かってる。二度とない幸運と二度とない結束。私が次の世界でも頑張ろうと安っぽい決意をしたところで、私の努力とは無関係なところで袋小路は決まるだろう。この世界よりももっともっとあっさりと、どうしようもない形で。だからこの世界でもダメだったら、
My last chance.
私は諦めようと思う。
Like this is her best chance, right? So is she saying if we cannot win in this one, I am done. I'll just give up every single time. Hanyu looked at me with surprise. For us, the term giving up means a lot more than what it sounds like. Yeah. It doesn't only mean that I will accept my fate, it means that I will accept the dead end waiting for me. In other words, accept my death.
なんていうか、未練って努力してないから感じるものなんだって、私分かったの。今回これだけの幸運に恵まれ、まあ確かに叔父の帰宅は例外だけど、それにしたって二度とあるかどうかもわからない追い風に恵まれた。そしてその追い風の中で私は多分できる最大限の方を張ったと思う。だから今度こそって思うし、逆にこれでダメならもう絶対にダメだと思う。その時は私本当の本当に諦めがつくと思うから。
そんなのダメなのですよ。
I'm the only person who can communicate with Hanyu. If I disappear, she will have to go with her life all alone. That's the last thing Hanyu wants to happen. Perhaps that's why Hanyu says the things she does. She doesn't want my lifespan to wither away by getting hurt emotionally.
でも私はもともとこの舞台の出演者だった。あなたに舞台を見るという楽しみ方を教えてはもらったけど、出番を降りたら舞台が成立しない。きっとだから私は袋小路を出られないんじゃないかなって思うの。
リカ、きっとどこかの世界で今回と同じような幸運に恵まれ、しかも叔父の帰ってこない世界がありますです。それは奇跡ではなく、今回よりももう一つ余計に6が出るだけのことなのです。
今回と同じような追い風で叔父も帰ってこない世界か。そうね。そうだったらどんなに素晴らしいことか。
That would be the best though, right? Like, if everyone had, what do you call this? Yeah, pretty much everything lined up. I wonder what happens then if a world like that comes, right? Even Tepe does not come back. What would start, I guess, the tragedy? Because yeah, there's supposed to be a story, right? So I wonder what. Maybe yeah, the one who's been killing Rika is just gonna show up, right? And just gonna introduce themselves, right? Still, trying to beat my fated death is another issue entirely. That sounds wonderful, but it's still not guaranteed.
その世界まで頑張って僕と待ちましょうなのです。だから、この世界が終わったら諦めるなんて言わないでほしいのです。
私が死んだら、あんたがあうあう言っても聞いてくれる人もいなくなるしね。たまに気配か足音を誰かに気のせい程度に感じさせるのがせいぜいだろうし。じゃあ私は舞台に戻るわ。自分にできる精一杯を尽くす。あんただって永遠に繰り返す昭和の夏なんて嫌でしょ。
誰ともお話ができずに過ごす長い時間の方がもっと嫌なのです。
Apparently, she thinks this time loop that's driving me mad is far better than having no one to talk to. But that's just how she feels.
僕もこの運命を乗り越えてまだ見たことのない昭和58年やその先の時間へ行きたいです。でもそれはリカと一緒でなくてはダメなのです。
I'm sure that's similar to my own claim that there's no point in living past June 1983 if I'm the only one who does. My ideal future is to survive past June 1983 with everyone, right? And let the happy times continue like always without anyone missing. Hanyu feels the same way. She doesn't want a world where I'm not by her side. We're repeating this world only because we wish to do so. It wasn't just Hanyu's power, it was the one that we shared together. Hanyu wants to be with me just like I want to build myself a happy future. We both want the same thing. But if I refuse to repeat the world again, my long life would be over. Yet I never refused, no matter how sick and tired of it I was. For over 100 years, I kept believing that something good would happen eventually. However, our power is weakening and we can only go back a few weeks at most. Yeah, back then, right, you can really go back, like back, right? Like much more earlier. But now, as she's been doing this for 100 years, more than 100 years, it's becoming much shorter now. The length, I mean, of her being alive until her death, right? It's been a couple weeks only now. We have so little time left to try and change her fate. If we kept it up, eventually we'd only be able to go back to the morning of the day I was gonna die. Imagine then, right? That'd be a dead end for sure. Yeah, you cannot do anything anymore because of that, right? I don't think a life this fortunate will ever come my way again. If my time was unlimited, I'm sure that will eventually happen. But I can't count on it happening in what time I do have left. Hanyu told me to wait for another chance because she doesn't want to see me lose myself, but she isn't feeling the time limit like I am.
死んでも目が覚めても同じ朝なんて考えたくもない悪夢よね。そんな地獄に落ちる前に自分の世界は自分の手で幕を下ろしたいの。だからそれをこの世界に決めたわ。この世界でダメだったら私はこれで繰り返しをやめることにする。
Let me translate what she was trying to say. This world is no different from any other world. You're not going to win, so don't bet on this life. Your lifespan is not as short as you think. You should wait for your next opportunity in this endless June. Stay with me until then. Stay with me and wait for the next chance.
てなところでしょ。ならせいぜい私たちのために祈ってちょうだい。相談所を解き伏せ、聡子を救い出せること。そして私が昭和58年6月の運命に打ち勝てること。昭和58年の夏を迎えられたら、ずいぶん昔に約束した通り、いろいろなことをして遊ぼう。昭和58年のスイカを食べて窓際で涼もう。今年の秋はどんな秋？今年の冬はどのくらいの雪が？私たちの知らない天気や出来事を楽しもう。知らないテレビ番組や永遠に放送予定のまま見ることのできなかったアニメを見よう。そして私がどんな人生を歩むのか、共に成長の物語を楽しもう。それまで一緒に頑張ろうって約束しましたです。なのにこの世界でダメだったら諦めるなんて、そんなのは約束違反なのです。その約束だけは守れなくてごめん。きっと仲間みんなと一緒に昭和58年の夏を迎える。そこにはもちろん羽生もいるの。そしてきっと青くて広いに違いない夏の大空を見上げよう。きっとね、昭和58年の大空はこれまでの空とは比べ物にならないくらいに美しいに違いないから。
I'm sure I'm going to make a miracle happen in this world. God didn't design humans so they could redo their lives over and over again like me. People usually only have a chance or one chance, yet they can still make miracles happen with effort. They work so hard because they know that they'll never have a chance to do it over and over again. That's why miracles occur. But if I can make one happen with all that, I just have to give up.
次の世界なんていらない。この世界で奇跡を起こす。みんなが教えてくれた。奇跡はみんなでなら起こせると教えてくれた。だから起きる。起こす。この世界で私たちは最高の未来を迎えてみせる。リカ
Honey disappeared, sobbing sadly. She was no longer in my sight, but I could still talk to her.
羽生、きっと私たちはこの世界で最高の未来をつかめるから。だから信じて。あなたも力を合わせてくれたなら、奇跡はもっと起きやすいかもしれないんだから。
This was the best possible stage I can hope for. The actors on stage and the audience before it can help each other. If you wish, you, the audience, can change the story too. Ooh. I've made my decision. I'm going up on the stage. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'll do my best just like Keiichi and my other friends. I'm not going to make any more excuses. I'm not gonna wait for another fortunate world. I have to do my best in this one. I'm not talking about my decision to die after this world is over. I'm just saying that people are meant to have only one chance to live. That's why they work so hard. Because I had so many chances to redo my life, I haven't been working hard enough. I was never able to make a miracle happen. In my previous life, Rena took over the school. Because I got in her way, Keiichi made it in time to stop the explosion. The story changed because I decided to get up on the stage. Perhaps in my other lives before that, I could have changed my situation if I worked hard enough without giving up. But I kept giving up so easily and eventually lost interest in those worlds. Yeah, right? Maybe if Rika was, what do you call this? But yeah, if I think about it, like she has witnessed a lot of deaths, right? With her friends and stuff. So I mean, yeah, you can argue that that's why, right? She's giving up so easily. Like maybe in the beginning she was not giving up so easily, right? But now with all the things that's been happening, or yeah, the recent ones, I guess, she just gives up and just she becomes an observer basically, right? And then she waits for her fate to happen, right? But if she works with the people in that world, if she works hard, maybe, right? Maybe she can finally break through, right? And so a miracle never happened. A miracle never happened because I was always relying on the fact that I'd have another chance. Yeah, like she knows, like if I die here, I'm gonna get another chance anyways, right? Might as well just redo this whole world. Hanyu, I hope you can understand. Please, don't be sad and work hard with me in this world. I couldn't tell if she understood me. I assertively spoke to the officials about how much danger Satoko is in. Keiichi and Irie also made their appeals from the bottom of their hearts. I had no idea how the Child Consultation Center took what we said so passionately. Okay, so pretty much they skipped what they were talking about with the Child Consultation Center. I guess, right? We're not gonna hear it. Fully. All I could do was pray. So what happens? We lost
どうだっ
again?
たケイちゃん。
昨日の繰り返しになっちゃった感じだったな。
I told you, man. Even though you have a lot of people now, it's still the same. It's still gonna be Oreo. We need to please and ask Oreo, right? She is the only way.
両者とも昨日と同じ話の繰り返しだ。
相変わらず平行線？慎重に様子を見るからとか、そういう話に？
The thing is, that's pretty much what they said last time as well, right? We will look matters more carefully. Yes.
そんなところです。
Like, no matter how many people you bring, even if you bring 1,000 people here, nothing is gonna change.
週一の訪問で様子を見て、だいたい1ヶ月後に改めて判断をするというような話なのですが。
Once a week and make a decision 1 month from now. Hell no.
あのおじのところにサトコを1ヶ月も閉じ込めろって言うんですか？その1ヶ月間でサトコの心がどれだけ傷つけられるか、どうしてその痛みが理解できないんです？
Honestly, like, for example, in situations like this, if like a lot of people were like doing an appeal, or for example, like that, right? Maybe they should put the kid with another, I guess, another family for a whole month, right? But then again, yeah, they're investigating this, right? So I don't know, because yeah, for a month, if you're being abused for a month, right? Who knows what will happen in that month? Maybe the abuser would go so far, right? Beat you up so much, and then you end up dying, right? That is very, very sad. And as a kid, Yeah, you can't really do anything. Cannot run. I mean, you can run, but you will get taken away. Again.
もちろんその点についても前原さんは懸命に説明してくれました。私も聡子ちゃんの去年の状況を説明したつもりです。ですが
聡子ちゃんが助けを求めない限り緊急性はない。
部外者の意見で恐縮だけど、聡子ちゃんに助けを求めてもらうってのは無理なのかい？
The thing is, Satoko doesn't want to say it because, yeah, she's traumatized.
さとこちゃんが逃げ出したら、さとしくんの部屋のものを捨ててしまうと脅されてるらしいわ。
And that as well.
ひどい話ね。
相変わらず向こうはその一点張りなの？
Like she knows that there is a consequences if she does something like that.
さとこは助けを求められない負い目があるってのに。
The purpose of a child consultation center is to protect children. I was starting to get angry the more I thought about it. But as I thought about it some more, I realized that they were just trying to do their job. But yeah, they are trying to do their job though. That is true. But yeah, as their friend, in like if you are what do you call this? In their situation, they know that bad things are happening already. They need to get Satoko out as fast as possible. But these people or in the consultation office or center, and they don't really know that, right? So yeah, that's why it's taking a while. But you, as Satoko's friend, you want it fast. You wanted to get her out as soon as possible. So it can be very, very frustrating.
こっちは聡子ちゃんを早く助けてほしいという。
So that's why I was saying the only thing that they can do, like that is fast, is yeah, to change Oryu's mind. That is the only thing. That is the only thing.
向こうは聡子ちゃんが助けを求めたらねという。なんとか歩み寄る方法はないのかな。聡子ちゃんへの助けがないまでにもその SOS のサインを読み取る何らかの歩み寄りはないのかな。
その辺はこちらもいろいろと訴えました。向こうもそれを真剣に聞いてはくださりましたが、
最終的な雰囲気だと参考に留められた感じでしたね。
When the head of the office showed up, I thought I could change things today, but everything went the same as yesterday and we still weren't able to persuade them. And pretty much they gave them a timeline already, right? That they would check once a week. They would give a decision in 1 month. So yeah, if you come back tomorrow with a lot of people, that's still gonna be the same answers. You're pretty much gonna be wasting your time and their time as well. However, I'm sure we're making progress. It might seem like that they were standing our blows at first glance, but they're feeling the weight behind them. We're not going to give up just because it didn't work out today. We're going to fight until they get off their butts and save Satoko.
さっきみんなには明日もやるよって声はかけた。ただ、今日よりは人数が減るかもしれないね。
Yeah, because people don't really have a lot of time, right? Sure, there are people that's still gonna come, but yeah, it's gonna be like less and less.
なんだか悔しいですね。せっかくここまで来たのに、ここが私たちの限界ってわけなんですか。
We can't give up yet. We might have less people tomorrow, but we're not going to call off our fourth appeal.
たとえ誰も来なくなってもレナは行くよ。
里子ちゃんを助ける判断を下してくれるまでレナは一人でもくじけない。
それは俺もだ。俺も絶対にくじけない。ありがとな、ミオン。来られる人だけでも構わないぜ。窓から見てたけど、みんなの横断幕結構プレッシャーになってるようだったぜ。
ゆうべ夜鍋して作った甲斐がありました。
入江、たすきなんかもありがとうなのです。
いえいえ、これくらいの協力しかできないのが悔しいです。
僕ももっと協力しようと思いますです。僕は里子を救えないと思って諦めてきましたが、今日圭一と入江が所長とやり合うのを見ていて、僕にはまだまだ頑張れることがあると思いましたです。
Rika-chan was always watching us from afar. It made me a little happy to see Rika getting more active in the whole movement. I wonder what Rika-chan can do.
里子に会えたら助けを求めるように説得するつもりなのです。それは多分僕にしかできないことなのです。
The same thing was all on our minds. The issue will be resolved the moment Satoko seeks help. But nobody can say that to her because we all know that she's dealing with the memories of her brother. Satoko, I know how you feel about Satoshi, but this is different. So please ask the Child Consultation Center to help you. As long as you're seeking help, they are ready to save you anytime. So don't be afraid that your uncle is going to destroy Satoshi's room, so please ask for them to save you. But without knowing or even knowing Satoshi's face, I could never say that to her. The only person who can ask her to seek help is Rika-chan. She's been living with her for the past year and she's like family.
そうだね。私も今日それを言ったけれど、心には届かなかった。悲しいけれど、里子ちゃんの心に言葉を届かせられるのは、リカちゃんを置いて他にはいないと思う。自分にその力がないのが悲しいですけど、同感です。リカちゃまは無二の親友。あんたにできなかったらもうどうにもならないです。
里子ちゃんの心を解きほぐせたら、それで全てが解決するとすら断言できるでしょう。案外私たちがこうして押しかけるよりもいい方法かもしれません。
そんなことはありません。レナが言った通りです。双方が手を伸ばさないと届かない。だから里子も手を伸ばすべきだと思っただけです。そしてそれは僕も同じなのです。みんなが力を合わせないと奇跡は起こせない。僕だけが諦めていて力を合わせなかった。だから奇跡が起こせなかった。だから僕も力を合わせる。だから里子も手をつかむ。言いたいことがうまく説明できないです。ごめんなさいです。
Rika-chan is usually a quiet girl, but she talks a lot every once in a while. Just because she's quiet doesn't mean that she's not thinking about anything. In fact, she's quiet. She must have a lot inside her heart that she's never expressed. We are going to continue our appeal to the consultation center. Oh my god. This is the third time Rika-chan is going to persuade Satoko. This is the best approach, or at least the best one I can think of. It might be slow and quiet, but now that I'm in the game, I can't quit until I win. If I gave up, I'd lose everything that I bet on. We're going to save Satoko. We just have to work together. But obviously we won't have much time left to fight. What to do? We're definitely going to have less people tomorrow. In other words, we can't intimidate the child consultation center any more than we did today. I couldn't see any way to break our deadlock with the consultation center, so I had no choice but to swallow down the irritation starting to build or to boil up in my chest and pretend not to notice it.
もうだいぶ暗くなってきました。ミオンさん、解散の号令をかけられた方がいいでしょう。私も今夜はまた実行委員会なので、このまま直接集会所に行った方が良さそうです。
それを言ったら私もじゃん。いけねいけね。
That meant I had to go too. While it wouldn't be a big deal if I missed the meeting, I should still go. I don't understand most things they're talking about there, but I don't want to be rude. I'd have no choice but to go.
ならもう今日はこれで終わりにした方がいいね。相当急いで帰らないと時間ギリギリになっちゃうよ。
Mion thanked all the people who came today and told them to meet at the same place and same time tomorrow. And with that, the third day of our desperate appeal was over. Okay, I'm not gonna expect anything for this appeals anymore. Yeah, I think I'm done with this. My thing is, go to Oreo. That's the thing. If they do it, good. If they don't, they're just gonna have to fail all the time.
俺、ケイチ。うん。帰ってから食べるよ。だから家に帰らず、このまま集会所に行っちゃうよ。父さんはもう行ってるんだね。わかったわかった。了解。
I called my mom and told her that I'd be going to the meeting without coming home. I'd get there kinda early, but if I went home first, I wouldn't make it in time. Mion and Rika-chan and Irie were going ahead there with me. Shion said that she was also coming. And now Rena didn't want to go home alone either.
うちのお父さんは今日職場の飲み会で遅くなるって聞いてるからレナも行く。お邪魔にならないかななりはしないよ。むしろ若い子の関心があることが分かった方がみんな喜ぶでしょ。
平均年齢がぐんと若返りますです。
私も久しぶりに君吉のおじいちゃんに挨拶したいですし。
We all headed toward the further shrine in the dim light. The light was on in the assembly building. Some people had already arrived.
こんばんは。皆さんお早いですね。
あんれ、みおんちゃんに大勢来たね。入江の先生もこんばんは。
どうもこんばんは。皆さんもお早いですね。
他になんもすることがねえんだけよ。
More people started coming into the meeting hall. Everyone seemed to come so early. I should probably come earlier from now on too.
あれあれ、今日はハイカラな靴が多いなと思ったら、 若い人が大勢来てるじゃないの。シオンちゃんもお久しぶり。今日はどうしたの？
Everyone bowed to the newest arrival. It was the mayor Kimiyoshi-san. He strode into the room with the other committee members.
どうも、お久しぶりです。お姉たちと遊んでて、そのままの流れで遊びに来ちゃいました。
Honestly, I remember this one with Shion and Kimiyoshi, right? On the 5th chapter. Like, Shion liked Kimiyoshi. But then I forgot what he said then, right? But she got triggered and then she killed him afterwards. Insane. But yeah, Kimiyoshi, I mean Shion, she liked Kimiyoshi, Uncle Kimiyoshi, as she calls him.
そうかいそうかい。よく来たね。
I mean, he was good to Shion, yeah.
シオンちゃんも綿流しのお祭り、今年はぜひいらっしゃいよ。
ええ。今年はぜひ遊びに来ようと思います。何しろ、ケイちゃんが司会のオークションはぜひ見たいですし。
前原くんの司会もそうだけど、これからは祭りのいろんな仕事を少しずつ若い子に移していかないといけないね。そうだそうだ、ミオンちゃんに相談したいことがあったんだ。ちょっとこっち来てくれないかな。
はいはい、どうしました？ひょっとして模擬店部会の横田さん、まだ怒ってるんですか？
いやね。
Mion headed outside with Kimiyoshi and the other committee members. There's only one room in the building, so they have to go outside if they want to talk in private.
今日が木曜日だから、お祭りまであと3日なんだね。圭一くんの準備は万端なのかな？
準備も何もねえな。あるのは覚悟と出たとこ勝負のアドリブだけだよ。
圭一は苦し紛れな方が面白いことを言いますです。
Everyone laughed. We continue to chat about the festival. We talk about what kind of festival young people like us would want to see and that sort of stuff. Suddenly, Mion tapped me on the shoulder.
ケイちゃん、ちょっと話が。
She gestured for me to follow her out the front without letting the others know. What did she want? Chie-sensei. She's carrying the death note. Look. She's gonna write Teppei Hojo's name there.
あ、知恵先生、校長先生、どうも。こんばんは。
Chie-sensei responded to my greeting, but the principal must not have heard me since he didn't. His eyes were closed, it seemed lost in thought. That sight caused our happy chatty feelings to go cool off quickly. My intuition told me that this had to be about something bad.
前原くんにちょっとだけお話があります。
あまり良くない話みたいですね。
うん。明日もみんなでまた交渉に行くんですね。
Okay, maybe they're gonna warn Keiichi now to stop going there?
ええ。相談所が腰を上げるまでどこまでも戦うのが仲間の務めですから。今日ほど集まるかは分かりませんが、明日もまた集まろうとみんなに言ってあります。だよな、ミオン。
前原くん、集まる人たちに約束した手前もあるでしょうから、明日はとりあえず仕方がありませんが、それを最後にしばらく様子を見ませんか
？Thanks to the advice from Uishi-san last night, I already had an idea of the situation.
知恵先生のそれも忠告ですか？これ以上話が大きくなると村のお偉方も
見て見ぬふりができなくなる。
Yep.
だからここいら辺で自重しろってことですか？
前原くん、私はあなた方のしていることは正しいと思う。だからあなたは正しいと思ったことを堂々としてくれればいいと思っています。でも
She stopped talking after that. Chie-sensei was supporting us until just yesterday. She even came to the child consultation center with us on the second day. So for her to start saying completely the opposite, I felt slightly dizzy from the shock of it.
ケイちゃん、知恵先生の名誉のために補足するよ。
Okay, Mion is talking now?
知恵先生は個人的には私たちを支持してくれてる。でも
教育委員会とかそういうあたりから何かの圧力がかかったってわけか。
知恵先生は圧力なんかに屈する人じゃない。ケイちゃんは知恵先生がどれだけ正義心にあふれる人か知らないだろうね。かつてこの分校が分校と認められず単なる廃校の校舎でしかなかった時、知恵先生は教育委員会を無視してやってきてくれて、私たちの先生になってくれた。
I think Mion told me about that story before. The school was closed when the dam conflict happened. However, the village children still came to school to learn. There were no teachers there, though, because the school wasn't officially operating. That was when Chie-sensei arrived. After they won the dam conflict, the Sonozaki family and the other villagers made an appeal and the school's existence was finally approved. Our school did not have an easy start. The government was against it, but the villagers forced them to approve. Chie-sensei came along with us on her appeal yesterday. That was very courageous of her. But now, people who want to close the school are paying attention to what we're doing.
結論から言うと、知恵先生はもう私たちには協力できないって。
Chie-sensei stared at the ground as Mion spoke. I'd never seen her look so sad. Like basically, I mean, yeah, she can't get involved anymore because of that.
私だけの問題ならこの身がどうなってもいい。一人の生徒のために戦えず教師なんて名乗りたくない。でも私たちの学校の存在までは脅かせないのです。
And she is pretty much the only teacher here, right? Like their class is pretty much different students in different age groups, right? I don't know who told her this. Whoever it was, they warned her not to escalate things around Satogo's case. They threatened the existence of our school to make her obey and pressured her with responsibilities she couldn't take on her own.
俺さ、昨日大石さんからそんな話を聞かされてるんだ。それもまさにこの場所でさ。これ以上騒ぎを大きくすると、北条家を未だによく思ってない年寄りどもと対立することになる。みたいなのをな。
大石にそんな話を聞かされたんだ。うん。そう間違った話じゃないよ。
He is not wrong. Mion looked at the ground along with Chie-sensei. I always thought Chie-sensei and Mion were stronger people. So seeing them both hanging their heads like this is hopeless, made me feel like we're being pushed into a dead end and hated it.
だいたいお前さっきまで俺たちと一緒に行ったじゃないかよ。そして明日も来られる人は来てくれってみんなに言ったじゃないか。そのミオンと一緒に集会所にやってきて、どこで弱気なミオンと入れ替わっちまったんだよ。
When I said when did she get swapped, I immediately thought of one thing. The mayor took her outside the building earlier. Did he?
そっか。さっき村長がミオンを外に呼んだのはそういう話だったんだな。
まあいろいろとね。
It felt painful to see her fake smile like that. She was the only one out here with him for about 10 minutes. What the hell did he tell her that crushed her spirit?
ミオも千恵先生も俺の知ってる二人は最高に強い誇れて憧れる友人であり先生だ。その二人がほんの一晩二晩で意見を覆すことになるようなどんな圧力があったかは俺には想像がつかない。
I didn't feel like getting mad at them. They were just passionate about saving Satoko as I was. Towards them, I felt nothing but pity.
前原くん、私はなんて言っていいか。
ええ、千恵先生が謝ることじゃないです。
I could feel an angry tone entering my voice. I'd had enough.
教えてくれ。どうして村の年寄りたちは未だ北条家を嫌うんだ。もうダム戦争は終わってる。残された里子には何の罪もないはずだ。なのにどうしてここまで嫌うんだ。誰が嫌ってる。誰のせいだ。そいつに俺が話をつける。
北条家を嫌ってる人間は実はいないのかもしれないって思うよ。
何？お前は何を言ってるんだ。
ダム戦争で北条家は村の旧敵だった。村全体でそういう風に盛り上げたからね。その先般である夫婦が死に残された里子に罪がないのは誰もがうすうす知っている。でも北条家を許そうと誰かが号令をかけたわけじゃないんだよ。その辺は私も補足します。
シオン。
It wasn't just Shion who appeared. Rena and Rika-chan were there with her. They'd come out to check on me and overheard what we were talking about.
北条家をスケープゴートにして結束してきたこの村は未だ北条家に怯えているんです。怯えているというのは怖いという意味じゃない。北条家と縁があると思われたら自分も村からスケープゴートにされてしまうかもしれないと恐れていたのです。
In other words, if you help a member of the Hojo family, you might get attacked by the village just like they did. Okay. They still feel that way years after the conflict. Yeah, it is done already though. There are no problems in this place. I guess the killings, right? But yeah, that was it. Like, why can't you forgive? Those people that were siding with the other ones are dead now. They're not here anymore. Right?
そんなことってあるの？だって学校ではみんな里子ちゃんと普通に接してたよ。もちろんそれは村のお年寄りだけの話なのです。
Yeah, the kids don't know, so that's why they're good to Satoko. But the old people, they're stubborn.
でもそれは村の神部でもあります。
みんなはそれを多分園崎本家のバッチャの意思だろうと思ってるでしょ。でもそういうわけじゃない。バッチャだってやっぱり恐れてるんだよ。自分が北条家を擁護したら村の年寄り連中に対して求心力を失ってしまうのではないかって思ってる。
なんだかややこしいぞ。つまりどういうことなんだ。俺は誰を殴りゃいいんだ。
つまり本当は誰も北条家を嫌ってなんかいないんだよ。誰もが内心はもう許してもいいと思ってる。でもそれを口に出せない。 自分以外はみんな未だ北条家を敵視してると信じてる。
つまり相互に誤解しているってこと？
そういうことです。個別に聞けばわかります。誰も聡子のことを嫌ってなんかいないんです。両親が死んでそれがけじめになったと思っています。だからばあさんもその後は北条家に一切関わるなと号令を出しました。でも北条家を許すとは号令を出せなかった。
Yep, that's why we need Oreo to say that she forgives him. That's the only thing.
それはきっと僕のお父さんのせいもあるのです。
リカちゃんの？
Yeah, what did your dad do? What isn't he the priest right
ど
now?
うして？
僕のお父さんはずっとのんびりと構えていたので、村の人たちからリーダー失格だとずっと言われてきたのです。
リカちゃんのお父さんはハト派だったからね。冷静に状況が読める人だったと思う。でも祭りのように反ダムで燃え上がった人々はもっと過激なタカ派のリーダーを求めていたんだよ。だからバッチャはひなみ沢を一つにまとめるため、あえてみんなが求めたタカ派リーダーを演じたんだよ。
つまりタカ派リーダーを演じてる手前、自分から北条家を許すとは言い出せないってわけか。
うん。お年寄りは主義を曲げないことを模範と思うからね。最初に掲げた方針はなかなか変えられないんだよ。
そんなのってひどい。だってそれじゃ誰もが人のせいにしながら聡子ちゃんを許してあげてないってことだよ。自分が許すと村の人に陰口を叩かれるかもしれないから許してあげられないなんてあんまりだよ。
当時はね、貧しい家なんかには保証金が欲しくて立ち退きを受け入れてもいいと思ってる人が少なからずいたんだよ。でもそれを口に出すとはばかられる状況だった。そんな中、それを堂々と公言したのが北条家だったんだよ。それに勇気づけられて立ち退き派が派閥を作りそうな勢いになった。みんなも今日までのお役所とのやり取りをしてて分かったと思うけど、住民運動というのは一枚岩じゃないといけないんだよ。村の総意であるか否かがとても大切なこと。だから実はダム戦争の直前、ひなみ沢は戦争どころか内部分裂状態だったんだよ。
僕のお父さんが日和見主義だったからそうなったんだとみんなは言いました。お父さんはダムなんてできるわけがない。きっと話し合いで平和的に解決できるというのんびりした立場だったのです。そしてそれが立ち退き派を許す温床になったと非難されたのです。
立ち退き派って不思議な響きだね。初めて聞くよ。村の人はよくダムの推進派って言わない？
Yeah, I actually don't know this though. Supporters of the plant's evacuate. She's right. They usually claim their enemy supported the project itself.
立ち退き派っていうよりダム推進派って方が悪っぽそうな感じでしょ。立ち退きじゃ単に喧嘩を嫌って逃れるだけの平和的なイメージがある。でもダム推進派なら。
なるほどな。ダム推進派っていうとなんだか利敵行為というか、村をダム湖に沈めようとする裏切り者みたいなイメージになるな。
イメージ戦略というものです。
Coach had appeared. He came outside after noticing how long we'd been gone.
当時のひなみ沢には戦争直前の全体主義のような空気が蔓延していたんです。ハト派のフルデシでは逆に分裂を招いた。 なら全体を一丸とするには高派になるしかないと当時の園崎家は考えたんです。
ちょっと話が見えてきました。つまりこういうことですね。村を反ダムで一つにまとめるために北条家に裏切り者のレッテルを貼って徹底攻撃して見せしめにした。それがあまりに集中的だったので立ち退き派の人たちは恐ろしくなり終始替えせざるを得なかった。
北条家と親交があればダム推進派なのだろうと疑われました。だから誰もが怖がって北条家に近づかなかった。すれ違っても見て見ぬふりをし、話しかけられても無視をしたのです。
もちろんそれは北条夫妻の2人を指名したはずなのですが、いつの間にか北条家という分かりやすい看板が一人歩きを始めました。その結果、おじおば夫婦の家もとばっちりを受けたそうです。皮肉ですね。その時の冷遇の恨みが募り、聡子ちゃんにひどい仕打ちをする温床となっているのですから。
Her uncle and aunt were not in support of the dam project, but because of Sadako's parents, they were also attacked. After Sadako's parents died, they were forced to take care of their 2 children. It finally makes sense. I can see the whole picture now.
ダム戦争は終わった上に聡子ちゃんの両親は亡くなった。ならそういう変な遺恨は全部水に流そうって言い出した園崎家がちゃんと終了宣言を出すべきじゃないのかな。
そこで最初の話に戻るんです。北条家に温情的な宣言を出したら園崎家当主はダム戦争当時の幹部級、つまり町会のお偉方への求心力を失うのではないかと恐れたんです。
舐められたらおしまいってのはどうやらお役所だけじゃなく園崎家もそうみたいだな。
これは私が直接バッチャに聞いたから間違いない。バッチャは北条家は放っておけとの号令を出すまでが精一杯。そして自分が死んで当主が変わったらその就任の時にダム戦争の完全終了宣言を出して北条家に対する遺恨を完全に流そうと、そういう話になってるんだよ。これはお母さんも知ってる。その話は私もお母さんに聞いてます。大ババ様の世間体とかいうやつですね。
See? That's why I told you it's only Oreo. I'm sorry if I keep repeating it, but it is the only way.
話をちょいと戻すぜ。ミオンと千恵先生にさっき脅しをかけたのは村長たち町会のお偉方連中だったと思う。その連中はどうなんだ内心。まだ北条家を恨んでるのか。
それが笑っちゃうんです。実は君吉のおじいちゃんだって誰だってもう北条家を恨んでなんかないってんです。
つまり悲しい話なんですが、彼らにとってまだダム戦争は尾を引いているんです。北条家と親交があったら後ろ指を刺されるかもしれないと未だに恐れているんです。
でもリカちゃんとか監督は普通に聡子ちゃんと接してるじゃないですか。
私は若く、そもそも町会にそれほどのしがらみを持ちませんから。そしてリカちゃんは特別です。なぜなら彼女はお社様の生まれ変わりだから。
お社様は人と鬼の相入れぬ存在を融和させて住まわせた伝説を持つ。だからつまり
村にいられない身である北条家の人間を引き取っても納得されたというわけか。
After hearing all this, I'm beginning to understand how difficult it was for Satoko to live in this village. She always acted bright and cheerful in school and in the club. in the club. I thought that was her whole world, but I had no idea how she felt when she was walking around alone in the village. She probably went grocery shopping even knowing that people were going to ignore her. She felt the coldness from them, but she was standing strong on her feet. I had no idea she was going through something like that. I knew she went through tough times during the dam conflict, but I had no clue that she was struggling to this day.
なんて悲しい話。そして、なんてバカバカしい話。
レナもそう思うか？俺も全く同じに思ったぜ。
誰もがさとこちゃんのことを何とも思ってないのに、関わると何か良くないことがあると思ってる。悪いのは誰なの？誰でもないの？そう思わせる風土や世間体が悪いの？
誰も悪くない。なのに他の誰かを気にして自分も許せないか。
うん。そういう空気は良い方向に流れてる時はいいんだよ。思いやりがあって連帯感のあるいいご近所付き合いを生み出す。でも北条家の件は正反対。そういう思い込みがカビのように蔓延しちゃってどうにもならない。腐った畳はどうすると思う？捨てて新しくするしかないんだよ。
じゃあ村長たちは自分たちが聡子を気に入らないから圧力をかけてるんじゃなくて、俺たちのやっていることを黙認すると、村の誰かという意もしない存在に後ろ指を刺されるかもしれないと怯えているから黙認できないと、そういうわけなんだな。
私はその意もしない誰かをとりあえずお社様のたたりって呼んでます。
The curse of Oyashiro-sama.
だって誰もがそのいない誰かに気遣ってる。
Honestly, throughout this game, the curse of Oyashiro-sama kind of changed, right? As in the beginning, it was like, oh my god, what is that, right? But now that we're here in chapter 7, it was like, ah, okay. Like it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything that much anymore.
でもその誰かは存在しない。人じゃない。
Shien's theory sounded interesting. Everyone follows the rules because they're afraid of that someone. However, even the leaders of the village are afraid of the same thing. Everyone in the village is following the rules because they're afraid of someone who does not exist. And they still follow the rules of the dam conflict, thinking that they'll be cursed if they forgive Satoko. Who the hell is that someone? They only call it the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama cursed the Hojo family because they supported the dam project. They still believe that, and Satoko is struggling because of it.
お社様は聡子をたたったりしないのですよ。むしろ可愛いとすら思っていますです。そんなことでお社様の名前を使わないであげてほしいのです。
Rika-chan made a sad face. She's a shrine maiden for Oyashiro-sama and the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I don't think there's a curse in this village at all. Everyone is just convinced that there is.
ってことはだ。つまり、一番悪いのは相談所じゃなくて、どうやらこの村丸ごとってことになりそうだな。
うん。私もそう思った。
Oh, we got new music. What is this?
私もついさっきまでは相談所に何度も陳情をすればきっと聞き入れてもらえると思ってたけど、そんなのは何の解決にもならないって今分かった。
カビが畳か。上だけ拭いたって無駄だよな。俺たちが相談所に訴えて仮に聡子が救われてもそいつは一時しのぎにしかならなかったらしい。 どうやら畳の根元から腐ったやつを根こそぎ引きずり出してやらなきゃならねえようだな。
その畳の根元ってなんだか私たちのすっごくすぐ近くにみんな集まってるように思うね。
ちけえな。多分20メートル以内にほとんど揃ってるんじゃねえのか。
ちょっとケイちゃん、レナも何を始めるつもりなの？
ミオ、お前は確かに村の神部の人間だ。
I mean, she is the next head. Yeah, she's deeply involved, of course.
サトコのことを仲間だと思っていても踏み出せない最後の一歩ってやつがある。この村としがらみのあるミオンとチエ先生が圧力に屈するほかなかったのがその証拠だ。だがな、なんのしがらみもねえ俺はな、そんなのに屈する必要が何もねえんだよ。
前原さん、まさかこの場で。
俺はやるぜ。腐った畳なんかこの俺がぶち抜いてやろうじゃねえか。なんだ、レナもやるか？
私はこう見えても容赦ないよ。
だよな。でもレナの場合は少し手加減した方がいいな。お前本気でやるとなったら学校一つを爆破くらいはする気がするぜ。
圭一君だってやると決めたら金属バットで闇討ちくらいはしそうな気がするな。
お互い敵には回したくねえな。じゃあ行くか。ミオンの立場は十分分かってるぜ。だからミオンは立場上俺と敵対してくれて全然 OK だ。ただしヤバいと感じたら逃げとけよ。今日は部活以上にヤバいぜ。本気のもう一つ上の本気で行くからな。
As the next head of her family, she shouldn't agree with me, but she stared in silent approval of what I was about to do.
わかった。ケイちゃんが捨て身の覚悟で行くというなら、私もやるよ。
Okay, finally, we're gonna do it. Yes.
そうでなくっちゃな。見てろ、ガツンと言ってやるからな。
しーちゃんはどうする？
私は幸い失うものなんかありませんので協力します。
知恵先生と校長先生の立場は分かってます。ですが今日は学校じゃない。だからどうか俺たちのやることを見過ごしてください。
そうですね。私は今は教師ではありません。私も校長先生もあなたたちに意志を託します。
私は協力させていただきます。
I like how Yuri is saying this, but his face is kind of mad.
村を出てけと言われたら診療所を畳むくらいの覚悟はありますよ。それに未来のメイドさんを守るためにご主人様が一肌脱ぐのは当然のことです。
I can feel everyone's power flowing into me. I'm not even going to try and cool down. I need to be fired up for something like this. As I turned back, I noticed Uishi-san and my dad. I didn't know how long they'd be standing there.
前原さん、なんだか燃え上がっちゃってるみたいですね。
大石さん、昨日教えてくれたじゃないですか。男には降りられない戦いがあるって。危険牌を強打ちしてでも貫かなくちゃならないことってのがある。
圭一、
父さん、確かにご近所付き合いも大事だけどな。でも俺は仲間のために。
父さんは止めんぞ。
え？
He gave me a big smile. I've never seen my dad smile like that before.
お前が今大石さんに言った通りだ。男には折れちゃいかん時がある。その時は
男の人生のどこかにあるものなんだ。圭一にとってのその時が今だというなら、父さんは何も言わん。
圭一君のお父さんかっこいいね。
当たり前だろ、俺の親父だぜ。俺の半分程度はかっこいい。
私はひなみ沢の部外者です。だからどちらの味方もできませんが、前原さんの立ち回り拝見させていただきますよ。乗るか反るかの大勝負、どうせ切るならど真ん中ってのがおやすさんの口癖でしたよ。危険牌を切ると覚悟を決めたら変に妥協しちゃいけない。降りるならベタ降り、勝負ならど真ん中とはっきりした方がいい。
麻雀は得点が倍々計算だからな。変に弱気に 2,3 度上がっても一度の大きな上がりにすぐひっくり返されちゃう。勝負手の時はとことん強気がいいんだ。
おや、前原さんのお父さんも麻雀をやられますか。
They start talking about mahjong together. This is going to be interesting. Someone from the committee came out and told us to come inside for the meeting. It was time for it to start.
よっしゃ、行こうぜ。ようやく土俵に上がれるって感じだぜ。
心情の時は一人相撲のように感じていたのはやっぱり正しかったんだね。
ああ、本当の土俵はこっちだったんだ。俺たちは3日間全然的違いな相手と戦っていたんだ。
True. They finally noticed it.
行こうぜ。
Someone pulled my shirt. It was Rika-chan.
圭一、
リカちゃんは聡子の一番の友人であると同時に御三家の一人でもある。だから俺とレナがやることを黙って見ててくれるだけでいい。だからもし聡子を救うために少しでも力を貸してくれるなら応援してくれな。
あの石頭ども打ち破るというの。
打ち破るさ、楽々な。前に言ったぜ、こんなの金魚すくいの網より薄いぜ。楽勝でぶち抜いてやる。
一体どうなってしまうのでしょう。
Hanyu is very nervous. Like, can we succeed in this?
裏のフードを刺してお社様のたたりか。シオンも面白い例えをするよね。圭一には打ち破れるの、お社様のたたりを。
He will break it. Keiichi has the power to break everything. It's not just Keiichi's power though. Because everyone is working together, Keiichi is able to break anything. This energy is more powerful than the lucky 6 on the die.
運じゃない、実力で運命を打ち破る。
Everyone followed Keiichi and entered the assembly hall. I followed in after them. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this with Keiichi. If this doesn't work, that's it for me. I'm going to give it my very best. Nice. Dude, that was so long though. But yeah, finally, they're gonna go to Oreo now. Yes. I've been saying this ever since the first time they appealed, right? And they're finally gonna do it. Yes. Civil servants preparation. Okay, let's check this out. Is this the civil or the people in the office, I guess?
そうですか。裏に町会もその鬼ヶ淵死守同盟とかいう恫喝団体もいないと分かればこれで安心でしょう。北条聡子さんの件は特別扱いせずに慎重に対応してください。
はい。ひなみ沢の総意でないと分かればこちらも落ち着いて処理ができます。
But yeah, soon they will be though, soon.
しかし私は好きになれませんね。裏に誰がいようがいなかろうが常に公平な対応をするのが公務員です。恫喝がまかり通るようなことがあったという先例を残したからひなみ沢は特別扱いだという妙なルールができてしまったのではないですか。
まあ確かに所長のおっしゃる通りだとは思いますが、一応ですね、
わざわざ自治の係長が連合長会が背景にいないことを確認してくれたんですから、うちの職員も厳粛に事務を進めてください。ひなみ沢だからどうすべきかとお伺いを立てること自体がすでに公務員の心構えとして問題です。係長もその辺をよく職員に教えてくれなければ困ります。
はい、申し訳ございません。とにかく裏に村がいないと分かれば安心です。
裏に村がいると分かっても対応を焦るべきではありません。何があろうとも北条聡子さんの件は慎重に対応してください。くれぐれも異例の措置は取らないよう担当に念を押しておいてくださいよ。
Okay, that was very, very simple. But yeah, it's gonna be good the next couple episodes for sure, right? So for Rika-chan earlier, now she's she's having much more motivation now, right? She's gonna do her very best now. She's not gonna be just a bystander anymore, or what do you call it, a spectator, right? She's gonna do her best in this world because this is the best chance she has, right? And for Keiichi there in the last part, I like that we had like a very nice music as well, pretty much hyping up this one. But yeah, it had to be that now because they went there to the office or the center 3 times already, right? Like that thing is done already. Nothing will happen if they went there for the 4th time, for example. Yeah, pretty much wasting the story. So this is the best course of action now. So yes, as I said a couple episodes back, I can't wait to see what Oreo's reaction is gonna be when they do this, when they try to talk to her, right? This is gonna be very, very nice. So yeah, we're gonna continue this and do more of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 7 and Minagoroshi in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.